is true. So please accept me for who I am, and please accept me for what I do. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this not ESPN Sports with your host, Quinn Thompson. We're here to talk about the Cleveland Cavaliers defeating the New York Knicks yesterday, 119-104. LeBron James dropped 18 points, 13 rebounds, 15 assists, a triple-double on the New York Knicks. We're here also to talk about the Golden State Warriors dropping 50 points in the third quarter against the Los Angeles Clippers without Chris Paul. We will get to that. We also here to talk about Boogie Cousins, AD. They debut on the New Orleans Pelicans. They lost by 30 to the Houston Rockets. We're here to talk about the disappointing NBA trade deadline. But let's get to the Cleveland Cavaliers versus the New York Knicks. It was a game where it's two teams in two different places. Cleveland Cavaliers is just on the chase, on that path to getting the championship repeating again. And the New York Knicks are in an identity crisis. They really don't know which way to go. Melo just came out yesterday and said he's just confused about the whole situation. But let's first talk about the Cleveland Cavaliers. LeBron James dropped 18 points, 13 rebounds, 15 assists with a triple-double, probably like three blocks. He just simply picked them apart. He wasn't ultra aggressive like he normally was. He knew like the game came a little bit easy for him. He got guys off like Kyle Korver who dropped 20. Derek Williams dropped 10 off the bench. Richard Jefferson also dropped 12. So he had 42 bench points with Kyrie Irving dropped 23. I think it was just one person. I think it was Iman Shumpert was the only guy that wasn't in double figures that played on the Cleveland Cavaliers last night. It was just a simple game. He pretty much caught it at the post. They ran down screens for Kyle Korver. Kyle Korver was open and the man would slip. And they just pretty much picked apart the New York Knicks. The New York Knicks problem is fundamentals. They're not fundamentally sound offensively or defensively. Offensively, they don't have no idea what they're doing out there. It's pretty much no plays. Derrick Rose come down court, he pretty much do what he do, or Melo would get an ISO. They would do a little screen for Porzingis, but not much. No player movement, not much ball movement, and that's the problem with the New York Knicks. Kristaps Porzingis gets hurt before halftime. He sprained his ankle like 1 minute 11 seconds to go. He had like 8 points. Derrick Rose had like 13 points. Carmelo Anthony had about 23. They was combined, Derrick Rose and Carmelo, for 15 for 39. Not a good game. Actually, they lost Carmelo Anthony lost the last 10 games to LeBron James' team, LeBron's Cleveland Cavaliers team. So it's just two different teams going in two different directions. The Knicks, they have to do something soon or you will miss the playoffs because it's really a problem. It's hard to watch. They're just not playing professional basketball out there. It's pretty much you do you get out of my way, you do you get out of my way. And they have to find a way to bring that together. It's no cohesion. It's nothing out there. It's no team movement. It's no team basketball at all. And the Knicks need to find a way, find some type of solution. Firing Kurt Rambis is one. And also, they just made a mistake not getting a point guard in the trade deadline. Like I said in the last episode, Eric Bledsoe was really on the market. They should have put their bid in for him, for Derrick Rose. They had the chance to get Ricky Rubio. Timberwolves did pull out of that deal. But the Knicks need a point guard. They need a new system. They need a new defensive coordinator. They need a new president. They need a lot of things, man. They need a center. They need a lot of things. And it's looking like they're going to miss the playoffs. But let's get to the Los Angeles Clippers versus the Golden State Warriors. Clippers was up at halftime about 10 points. It looked like a Clippers game. It looked like a Clippers game going into halftime. And Stephen Curry, Kevin Durant showed out. Stephen Curry dropped 35 for the game. Kevin Durant dropped 25, 15, and 7. What an impressive game for those two guys. Draymond Green going back and forth with Paul Pierce. He said, Paul Pierce, you think you're going to a world tour? Who you are? You're not Kobe Bryant. They was going back and forth. This is a rivalry. Well, it's not a rivalry because Clippers don't ever win, but it's still competitive. I love to see Clippers versus Golden State. I would love to see it with a healthy Clipper team because Golden State is always healthy when they play against them. I would love to see a Clipper healthy team go against the Warriors in the second round. See who win that. Golden State most likely will win, but I want to see that matchup, man. Chris Paul, Stephen Curry, Blake Griffin, Draymond Green. You got DeAndre Jordan. You got Kevin Durant. You got Klay Thompson. That is a matchup we must see this second round, man. You have the Pelicans who may see the Golden State first round, then the second round Clippers, then the third round probably San Antonio Spurs. Man, listen, I'll pay for that in a heartbeat. Let's also talk about Boogie Cousins and Anthony Davis. They just went against the wrong team for the first game. They went against a team that's up-tempo, the Houston Rockets, which has James Harden. They just acquired Lou Williams from the Los Angeles Lakers, which was a great deal. They get rid of nobody just to bring in Lou Williams. They have the top 2 $6 million a year on their bench, Eric Gordon and Lou Williams. It was just the wrong team for the Pelicans, especially for the first game with Boogie Cousins and AD. When you're having 2 big men and then you play against the Houston Rocket teams who was up and down, fast-paced, Mike D'Antoni offense. It just wasn't a good matchup for them. Just a lot of cross matches. Just not a good game. We will see in the future if it will work. I firmly believe that this duo will work. They just need to acquire some more shooters. But besides that, I really think that it's going to work. My brother really think it's not, but I believe it will. Leave your comments on that. Will DeMarcus Cousins and Anthony Davis, will they make the playoffs? Leave your comments, yes or no. I would like to know. And I would also like to know why. Let's talk about the NBA trade deadline. Disappointing. It's not the word. You had a lot of speculations with Paul George, Jimmy Butler, Carmelo Anthony, Derrick Rose. None of those guys get traded. Paul George, I really thought he was going to get moved. I didn't understand why he would get moved, but I really thought he would get moved. The trade deadline ended up being the Thunder Chicago Bulls trade. That's pretty much the blockbuster deal for the NBA trade deadline, which is disappointing. The Thunder gets Taj Gibson and Doug McDermott from the Bulls, and the Bulls get Cameron Payne and Joffrey Levine. That deal, to me, was a great deal for the Thunder, which I give them a B for that deal. Grade, I give it for that deal because you get a shooter in Doug McDermott, which you didn't have. You get a shooter, and you also get a power forward, which you did have as well. Put Sabonis back on the bench. So pretty much you have Russell Westbrook, Victor Oladipo, Roberson, Taj Gibson, and Steven Adams. That kind of completes. Or you could put in Doug McDermott at the small forward. So that kind of completes your starting lineup. And now, Enes Kanter will come back off his injury. So you pretty much have a bench. You have a starting lineup. The deal, I give the Bulls a C for that deal. They did bring in Cameron Payne. That I believe he should start over Jeremy Grant and Rajon Rondo. But what you gonna do with Joffrey Levine? He's like another Mirotic. I really don't see what you're going to do with him. So that, I give them a C. Chicago Bulls, I really don't understand what direction they're going in. You have Rajon Rondo, Jerry Grant, Cameron Payne. You have Dwayne Wade. You have Jimmy Butler. You have now Now, I don't know who you're going to start the four. You're going to start Meritage or you're going to start Robin Lopez. I'm really confused in the direction they was going in. Before the season started, I really thought they would be a really good team and at least battling for like the 5th or 4th spot. They're really battling for the 7th and 8th spot. It really don't look good for them. But let's also talk about the Philadelphia 76ers and the deal which they trade Nerlens Noel for Andrew Bogut. I mean, the Philadelphia 76ers trade Nerlens Noel to the Dallas Mavericks for Andrew Bogut and I think Nicholson. The deal was pretty much just to send Nerlens Noel away. They did get 2 second-round picks, which is nothing. So the Philadelphia 76ers, they get a D for this deal. You're buying out Andrew Bogut. You traded away Nerlens Noel for 2 second-round picks. You didn't get now 1 first-round pick. You did not trade away Jahlil Okafor, which you had him on the trade block since the season started. And it's just like a disgrace. I really have no idea which direction the Philadelphia 76ers are going in. You have Joel Embiid, Jahlil Okafor. You don't want Jahlil Okafor. Why is he still there? You were supposed to trade Nerlens Noel, possibly get a first-round pick, and you're supposed to trade Jahlil Okafor and get a first-round pick. You get rid of Nerlens Noel for 2 second-round picks. My God, you could get anything. You could trade a bum and got a second-round pick. You trade Nerlens Noel, who has some type of upside to his game, and you still only get 2 second-round picks. So I give the Philadelphia 76ers a big F. I give the Dallas Mavericks a B- because I believe the deal was a smart deal. You get rid of Andrew Bogut, who wasn't happy with the direction Dallas Mavericks was going in. You get Nerlens Noel, who's a young player, so you pretty much could put him in there, see in this half a season, do he got some talent? Is it going to work with him and Harrison Barnes and some of the young guys there? Dallas Mavericks are not making the playoffs, so it pretty much is just a tryout to see if you want to go in the future with Nerlens Noel or you not. All right. So leave your comments. Thank you for your support. I will be back next week, Monday. Thank you. Have a safe weekend. And this is not ESPN Sports with your host, Quentin Thompson. Thank you.